Why did I decide to visit Mexico? So, it's a good question. I don't exactly know the answer. Sometimes, no, like really, like sometimes a country just kind of pulls you in a way. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's a country that, you know, Canada and Mexico are both neighbors of the United States, right? Like we have some things in common. We're both by this huge country and it gets all this attention, sometimes good attention, sometimes bad attention. But I've never known a lot about Mexico. When my friends go to Mexico, they go to, you can probably guess where, like Cancun, the beach resorts, right? But what's in the center of Mexico? I didn't really know. And when I moved to Mexico City, it shocked me how little I knew about that city, you know? And maybe part of that is that we just don't hear about it. Kind of like what I was getting at in the Chapultepec video. We don't hear the stories, just like maybe you guys don't hear that much about like Canadian summers, for example, getting very hot. Like my hometown is hotter than Mexico City right now. Most people think of Canada as being cold, right? But actually, like Winnipeg, where I grew up, gets so cold it can get to minus 40 degrees in the wintertime. And it can get to plus 40 in the summertime. So like this, it's maybe the only place on earth that is that extreme. Like it's a very crazy city. That's part of the reason I travel, because my hometown is a crazy place to live. But yeah, why did I come to Mexico? I mean, part of it is because I love exploring the unknown. For me, Mexico was a very unknown place. And I mean, my first couple of days in Mexico, I don't know, I felt at home. I was very welcomed by a lot of people, even though my Spanish wasn't that good. Like, me and my girlfriend were at a coffee shop, and the person working there, she didn't speak any English at all. We couldn't figure out the menu, and like we were trying to order something, but it wasn't happening. And this guy just got up from his table and come over. He's like, "How can I help you? How can I help you?" And just started like translating, and like he guided us to our table. I asked him like, "Do you work here?" And he's like, "No." But he's like, "After the earthquake, we have to help each other in Mexico City, right?" That's what he said. I'm like, you know what? That's like a very touching thing to say, you know. And so I think. I wasn't here for the earthquake in September. We arrived in November, but I guess it was still very fresh on people's minds, of course. Oh, yeah. You know, it was a big tragedy. But sometimes tragedies bring people closer together, right? Or maybe Mexico was always close. Maybe that was just another reason to be close. But I just felt an energy and a welcoming feeling when I came to Mexico, and that hasn't left. 6 months later, I still feel it all the time. I still have all these little examples of people welcoming me, and now that I'm making videos in Mexico, I'm in a very lucky position, because I have a pretty good Mexican audience who's following me, and will say like, if I'm traveling to another city, or if I'm in a certain neighborhood and I make a video, they will comment and say, "Oh, you have to come back and go to this restaurant, you have to go here, you have to try this." Like, I find a lot of Mexicans are very proud of their country, and they want to share it with the foreigner. Like, they want me to see the good parts of Mexico, because there's a lot of good parts out there, and it's made it very fun to travel through this country.